Kajar NPP kat banang mi kisngi kalanang he da ka jingrung sa arngut ki MDC kata ka Kongres Mary Karpuri MDC na Nongsken konstituensi kabadai ka IM bat MDC kalaj umkra konstituensi ba Fantin Joseph Lakadong lembat ba William Mensong UCM barim ka HADC ka jingrung NPP jong ka Kongres Mary Karpuri kalong ba ka jingi I ka seng NPP kabas sensyar ha ka jela ka donya kinong yalam batubit bat ka bor syempang syusyu kani ka seng kalong kabasya kren bi haki babun kiliang ndrei ka yang scam ha ka nongrem jong upai ba pensngau ka Kongres Mary Karpuri kabal ai jingkren habarung seng kala kentu yaki pajba ban ai jingkersyan yaka haka election MLA kabanwan katahu arhajar arpulai kaban yakun na ka Shella konsensi ya kitegi MDC badangrung thamai la padang sengu bahada u presiden rang badu kaseng kan National People Party u Konrad Sangma manha ka arpulai tarik u rempang
then Sri Fantin Joseph Lakadong, then Sri W.L. Mensong, and others. Nabahayang lang dito wirang berkat barki.
Ngania thu pi iso president tin song ilang basaki mosa ngaling ngamde ye shapo nongsken ngade ka nongwe he nongsken. Re balai ki nongsken ki jet namar ki de ki breu ki bastar balai ki nongsken ki jet ye sa president tin song ki ui bu breu ba champang ui bu breu bala ban wan yalam ya ki paiba ha ka jo kalenti ka ba kumno banwan rai ka bha ka miat ba de ka roi ka par ngamde ke shapo nongsken ngade ka nongwe henre ki jet yang ana ru hajar khandai ngaso si ba Shella konstituensi kin pin thame ba ki las dang ban lek na ka we ka shnong ba ki ong wat jet ya Kongres ba de ka nongwe ngamde ka nongwe uthau ble yang kumjo kumalong kumapi henre dia perkhat ka jing shisha kikur ki jat ki jonga ki bon sa Shella kalong ka basosi ba fikran ben ki kikur ki jat ki jonga ka Shella wat kren shu na do mentakasngi ahing nya da kalenti ka jing so da kalenti ka jing kemen nya bila ka jong kalenti na marhaba khadu ka de ka rai ka jong pai ba ka rai ka ba bhatam ka de ka rai ka jong pai ba la pai ba la ibit yang shisha bangan wan gum ka nomi khmat hawar jar khala arpulai klempem kin jet bai Amde mencupan mi dah kumni kumtai ki ong kumno bala dang job ngan ra alun barokhat chapo penusla isa idan dan la kejong ka blok ngamla bangan le ekom kata ki kren ni ki ke bangam kwa bangan kren ki stang ben thami pai ba ya ka district sa da ka babon budan buram buat ngau ye manganum dan por shisha ki ong bala dang job ngan ra mangai ka district bad isa preston nganum la manga klimwan na benta ka district apok sora ngan kren shai ngawan na bentau pai ba ngam cukren district na do na stang pitik kamhau pai ba ayun bisa tang ni ka we what subha ya lam pai ba bakla ya ki pai ba hapo Shella konstituensi ngawan tang ka we ka thong ban shakri ka district ngin saya pe de se ngam tep ngam kula district ma re what cukren bakla palat ye ki brokhoi namar nga ba isa preston ngim cukren e ruam chalendat ring ye kren na benta ka bha kamian jong upai ba jong ka jai bin reo.
So you have the leadership, you have the ideology, but the principle of the organization is also important. Is this organization that is a one-man army? Is it an organization that doesn't listen to the workers? Is it an organization that believes that only one individual is important? What is the principle on the basis of which this organization runs is a third factor which is very important. And this is where the style of leadership comes in. This is where the principles of the party comes in. Where we believe, as I said, that we should consult and carry and take everybody along. And today, if you look in the national regional scenario, some political parties may have certain things correct. Some other parties will have some other thing correct. Some other third political party may have the third thing correct. But somewhere there is a disconnect between these three important factors which makes an organization what it should be. And I strongly feel that we as a party have tried to focus on all of these three important things to ensure that the right ideology is there, to ensure that the teamwork and leadership is there, and to ensure that the principles that make the organization work and run should also be principles that are very firm. You cannot keep changing your principles based on situations. Principle means principle. We decide on certain principles, and that is the principle that drives the organization. And I strongly feel that because of the history we have had, because of the kind of leadership we have had in the past, because of the kind of leaders we have today, we are in a position to be able to take all these three factors which are important for an organization to succeed forward and make sure that we're able to work as a team. And of course, no matter what we do, it is ultimately God's plan that will succeed. And so, we always pray. We started this meeting with a prayer. We start almost every meeting with a prayer. We realize that we must thank God for His blessings. No matter what we do in an organization, no matter how good we try to be, it is ultimately God's blessing that will take us through. And we believe in that. So therefore, our organization works in this manner, and I am happy to hear some of those factors mentioned by so many of our leaders who joined us today. And that is why today, based on these principles, we are running our government also. As was mentioned by so many leaders, very tough situations we faced, lot of crisis. But we kept working. We didn't give up. Our principle is not to give up. We kept trying. So many people deterred us from telling us that don't touch the boundary issue, it will be politically disastrous for you. Nobody has touched it for 50 years. Why do you want to touch it? And Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, myself and the cabinet and all the leaders in the party, we said, well, isn't that what the people have elected us to do? Isn't that what the expectation of the people is? Isn't that our responsibility? And if we were to think of only politics and the political situation, aren't we failing in our duty to serve our people in our state? A principle that we want to work with in the organization as well as in the government is that we are here to serve the people. And yes, it may be tough, but then we will do what we feel is correct, and we will do what we feel is our responsibility as leaders, which the people of this state have bestowed upon us this responsibility. And I assure you that as a government, we will continue to try our best. And let me tell you, please remember, we may fail in some of those trials. We may not be able to resolve some of the issues. And we may find more challenges that may come up. But then at least we tried. At least our conscience will be clear that we did not run away from our responsibility. So friends, today the National People's Party is growing with God's blessing. And we are seeing the response in even states like Manipur. I don't want to be too optimistic here or tell you any big numbers, but you will see when the results come out. We have 4 MLAs right now, just 4 MLAs. I can assure you that we will cross the double-digit figures. How high the double-digit will go, only time will tell, but I am optimistic, yet at the same time a realistic person. But I know for sure that we will cross a double-digit number, which is a huge gain for us. It's 100% growth. More than 100% growth will be there. You will see on the day of the result.